Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Solo Sikoa receives a message from Jacob Fatu after the Bloodline's actions post-WWE Survivor Series. Solo Sikoa was on the receiving end of a forward message from his Bloodline stablemate, Jacob Fatu. Sikoa's faction lost the War Games match to the OG Bloodline and CM Punk. This week on SmackDown, the Bloodline made a huge statement after their loss at War Games. The faction set its sights on multiple superstars, including LA Knight and Andrade, who were ambushed during their segment with Shinsuke Nakamura. War Games marked Fatu's second ever loss in the WWE. His first loss was at the Bad Blood Premium Live event when he teamed up with Sikoa against Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes in a tag team match. Despite suffering 2 losses in the company, the Samoan Werewolf is yet to be pinned or submitted. Zilla Fatu and Jacob Fatu teamed up occasionally on the independent circuit before the latter signed with the WWE. Speaking on the Busted Open podcast, Zilla discussed his goals in the professional wrestling industry. He wants to showcase more of his technical side of wrestling, which he believes Jacob has been able to highlight in WWE. Zilla said, "One of my challenges right now, Tommy Dreamer, is trying to separate the Zilla Fatu away from Umaga's son. I think that's what I want to solidify next year. Just trying to change the perspective on Samoan wrestlers. We're not just wild. I want to be able to jump into the technical side of wrestling and show people that Samoans are more than just headbangers and headbutts. I think that's what Jacob's Fatu doing a great job." Since debuting in WWE, Jacob has competed in 1 singles match. On SmackDown before Survivor Series, he defeated Jey Uso to get the War Games advantage for the Bloodline. The Samoan Werewolf is expected to feature in more singles matches down the road. The aftermath of Survivor Series often leaves WWE superstars reeling, and this year was no different. The Bloodline, a faction synonymous with dominance and controversy, once again found itself at the center of a whirlwind of drama following the high-stakes event. However, it wasn't just the WWE Universe buzzing about the Bloodline's actions. It also caught the attention of Jacob Fatu, a prominent member of the Anoa'i wrestling dynasty. In a surprising twist, Jacob Fatu, known for his unrelenting persona in Major League Wrestling, MLW, sent a message to Solo Sikoa after Survivor Series. This unexpected exchange has ignited speculation about what it could mean for the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, and the larger Anoa'i family legacy. The Bloodline entered Survivor Series under immense scrutiny. Roman Reigns, the faction's tribal chief, had been absent for months, leaving Paul Heyman, Solo Sikoa, and Jimmy Uso to carry the mantle. Their recent internal tensions only added to the drama, as Jey Uso's defection to Raw and Jimmy's desperate attempts to reclaim favor with Reigns had fractured the once unbreakable group. At Survivor Series, the Bloodline's presence was felt in a chaotic fashion. Whether it was Solo Sikoa's brutal dominance in the ring or Jimmy Uso's questionable tactics, the faction's actions left fans divided. Yet, for all their efforts, cracks in the foundation of the Bloodline seemed more evident than ever. Jacob Fatu is no stranger to wrestling fans. A standout in MLW, Fatu combines raw power with incredible agility, earning him the nickname the Samoan Werewolf. While not currently part of WWE, his ties to the Anoa'i family run deep, making him a relevant voice in the ongoing Bloodline saga. Fatu's reputation as a fierce competitor and loyal family member adds weight to his words. Unlike Roman Reigns' calculated leadership or Solo Sikoa's silent intensity, Fatu operates with an untamed ferocity that mirrors his in-ring style. His message to Solo carries an air of unpredictability, leaving fans to wonder if it's a warning, a challenge, or an offer of solidarity. Shortly after Survivor Series, Jacob Fatu took to social media with a direct message aimed at Solo Sikoa. "Family first, but remember, loyalty is earned." This brief yet powerful statement sent the wrestling community into a frenzy. What did Fatu mean by loyalty is earned? Was he calling out Solo for his unwavering allegiance to Roman Reigns, or was he subtly addressing the growing tension within the Bloodline? The timing of the message is key. Survivor Series highlighted Solo's increasing frustration with the faction's direction. His stoic demeanor often hides his true feelings, but his body language during recent Bloodline segments has hinted at dissatisfaction. Could Fatu's words be a nudge towards self-reflection, urging Solo to question his role within the group? The Anoa'i family's wrestling legacy is unparalleled, spanning generations and producing legends like The Rock, Yokozuna, and Rikishi. The Bloodline storyline has drawn heavily from this real-life family history, blending it with compelling drama. Jacob Fatu's involvement, albeit from a distance, adds another layer to the narrative. His message underscores a central theme of the Bloodline story, the conflict between familial loyalty and personal ambition. Solo Sikoa, often portrayed as the silent enforcer, is the perfect recipient of such a message. Unlike Roman Reigns, whose authority is absolute, or Jimmy Uso, who oscillates between defiance and submission, Solo is a wild card. His loyalty to the Bloodline appears unwavering, but moments of independence, such as his confrontation with Jimmy, suggest that he's capable of breaking free. Fatu's message could be interpreted as a warning. The phrase, "loyalty is earned," might suggest that Solo should reevaluate his blind devotion to Roman Reigns. With Reigns' sporadic appearances and heavy reliance on his cousins to do his bidding, some fans argue that his leadership has become self-serving. Fatu, known for his unapologetic independence, might be encouraging Solo to assert himself rather than play second fiddle to the tribal chief. Another theory is that Fatu's message is an invitation. While he's not part of WWE, the idea of Jacob Fatu joining forces with Solo Sikoa, whether within or outside of the Bloodline, is tantalizing. Together, their combined strength and intensity could reshape the faction or even challenge Roman's authority. Loyalty is earned could also be a challenge for Solo to prove his worth, not to Roman, but to the Anoa'i family as a whole. Jacob Fatu, a dominant force in his own right, might be questioning whether Solo's allegiance to the Bloodline aligns with the family's greater legacy. Finally, the message could be a harbinger of a larger conflict within the Anoa'i family. As the Bloodline continues to splinter, Jacob Fatu's involvement, direct or indirect, could signal a looming family feud that extends beyond WWE's storyline. Fans were quick to share their thoughts on the potential implications of Fatu's message. Social media platforms lit up with speculation, memes, and fantasy booking scenarios. Some envisioned Fatu making his WWE debut to confront Roman Reigns, while others theorized a tag team alliance between Fatu and Solo to overthrow the tribal chief. The idea of an inter-promotional storyline also gained traction, with fans debating the logistics of bringing Fatu into WWE's narrative. While unlikely, the mere possibility of such a crossover adds excitement to an already compelling saga. Solo Sikoa's character arc is at a critical juncture. His loyalty to the Bloodline has been his defining trait, but cracks are beginning to show. Survivor Series highlighted his growing frustration, and Jacob Fatu's message might push him further toward questioning his role. If Solo does decide to step out of Roman's shadow, the possibilities are endless. He could challenge Reigns for the title of tribal chief, align with Fatu to form a new faction, or even go solo, no pun intended, to carve out his own legacy. While Jacob Fatu remains a dominant force in NLW, his ties to the Anoa'i family and the buzz surrounding his message to Solo make him a compelling candidate for a WWE run. If WWE capitalizes on this real-life connection, Fatu's arrival could inject fresh energy into the Bloodline storyline. His unique style and commanding presence would make him a formidable addition to WWE's roster, whether as an ally or adversary to Roman Reigns. Jacob Fatu's cryptic message to Solo Sikoa adds an exciting layer of intrigue to the Bloodline saga. Whether it's a warning, a challenge, or an invitation, it underscores the complexity of the Anoa'i family dynamic and the ongoing evolution of Solo Sikoa's character. As the story unfolds, one thing is certain. The fallout from Survivor Series is far from over, and the path Solo chooses could redefine the Bloodline and WWE forever. Fans will be watching closely, eager to see whether this cryptic message sparks a revolution within the family dynasty or deepens the fractures that already threaten to tear it apart.